All right, Saturday, March 23rd, 2024, diving right in to Stand Tall. 13. When you come to a hill or a bank, occupy the sunny side with the slope on your right rear. Thus, you will at once act for the benefit of your soldiers and utilize the natural advantages of the ground. When, in consequence of heavy rains up country, a river which you wish to ford is swollen and flecked with foam, you must wait until it subsides. 15. Country in which there are precipitous cliffs with torrents running between, deep natural hollows, confined places, tangled thickets, quagmires, and crevices should be left with all possible speed and not approached. So, really rough, rocky ground, don't even go there. It is not a good place to go and do battle. Let's go over to an alternate translation and see. Master Sun says, and we seem to have missed one. Take care of physical health and stay where there are plenty of resources. When there is no sickness in the army, it is said to be invincible. I think that might be equivalent to if you are careful of your men and camp on hard ground, the army will be free from disease and every kind, and this will spell victory. So take care of your troops, take care of your people, right? Your troops and your people, as long as they are in good health, they are going to keep showing up. Mei Yao Chen says, those who know these things can be certain of victory by the force of their momentum. Where there are hills or embankments, keep on their sunny side with them to your right rear. This is an advantage to a military force, the help of the land. Zheng Yu says, advantage in a military operation is getting help from the land. Master Sun says, when it rains upstream and froth is coming down on the current, if you want to cross, wait until it settles. Cao Cao says to this is lest the river suddenly swell when you are half across. Master Sun says, whenever the terrain has impassable ravines, natural enclosures, natural prisons, natural traps, natural pitfalls, and natural clefts, you should leave quickly and not get near them. For myself, I keep away from these so that opponents are nearer to them. I keep my face to those so that opponents have their backs to them. Cao Cao says in military operations, always keep away from these 6 kinds of dangerous ground formation, while maneuvering so that your army is near them with its back to them. Then you have the advantage, and he is out of luck. So positioning and how you appear and what you have the ability to see is all very relevant when you are approaching situations, and whether that situation is dealing inward selfly with emotions or outward in the world, being able to read the room is very important. Okay, March 23rd, with an interesting title in the Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. March 23rd, The Straight-Jacketed Soul. The disease of the rational soul are long-standing and hardened vices, such as greed and ambition. They have put the soul in a straitjacket and have begun the permanent evils inside it. To put it briefly, this sickness is an unrelenting distortion of judgment, so things that are only mildly desirable are vigorously sought after. Seneca, Moral Letters 75.11. In the financial disaster of the late 2000s, hundreds of smart, rational people lost trillions of dollars worth of wealth. How could such smart people be so foolish? These people knew the system, knew how the markets were supposed to work, and had managed billions, if not trillions of dollars. And yet, almost to a person, they were wrong, and wrong to the tune of global market havoc. It's not hard to look at that situation and understand that greed was some part of the problem. Greed was what led people to create complex markets so that no one understood in the hope of making a quick buck. Greed caused other people to make trades on strange pools of debt. Greed prevented anyone from calling out the situation for what it was, a house of cards just waiting for the slightest breeze to knock it all down. It doesn't do much good to criticize those folks after the fact. It's better to look at how greed and vices might be having a smaller effect in your own life. What lapses in judgment might your vices be causing you? What sicknesses might you have? And how can your rational mind step in and regulate them? How can you be disciplined? How can you approach these things that are straitjacketing your soul from Sun Tzu's look? Are there things that you know that you shouldn't do? Ravines and natural prisons and these natural entrapments, like smoking and alcohol and some of these things that you don't learn until you're much older that are actual prisons. Too much TV, too much of anything can hold you back in many ways. It's all about striking that balance and knowing what's worth it and what's not. And I think that's one of the most difficult things about life in today's day and age, is because corporations literally are trying to sell you anything they can while they're trying to reduce costs as quickly as possible. and due to this, they compromise on quality of ingredients many times, and so that plays out and affects the health of friends and family members and even yourself, depending on what you are choosing to consume. And that goes for your mind as well. So always be careful, always be diligent, always study the ground, and is that ground treacherous?